popping, good people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part D. I'd call it part D, but I'll call it part C because my previous video, unfortunately, I have to take it down because it was a collaboration with an institute, and apparently that video was a draft. It wasn't the final video, so I have to wait till the final video is out, then I can post it. So I'll call this part C. Let this be part C because I'll take down part C. So we are still talking about mental health. There's so much to talk about in mental health, but this time round I'll talk about mental health in terms of being a firstborn. I am a firstborn. I am a firstborn of amongst 3 children. There is a secondborn girl, and then there's a thirdborn guy. And gosh, there's so much in being a firstborn, so much, especially mentally. It takes a toll on you because first of all, you have so much responsibilities. Not only your responsibilities, but responsibilities of your siblings. You have to take care of them. You have to cater to their needs. And you know what? After so much healing and unlearning and learning, I realized you do not have to. It's a choice, and it's a choice that you make because you've already been bombarded with the fact that you need to be that way by your parents or your guardians or people around you. But even people around you, they're always like, you're the firstborn. I mean, you should not be doing this. You're the firstborn, because they will emulate you. And no girl. After so much healing and so much realization and learning and unlearning, gosh, we are going to be different firstborns. We are gonna live life no matter what. You're a firstborn, but you also have a life to live. You're a human being. You have your own needs, you have your own desires, you have your own hobbies, your own goals, your own problems, your own things to worry about. In as much as I am not saying that you shouldn't worry about your siblings, of course you'd worry about them. And personally, I love my siblings so very much. They're people who are dear and close to me, but I also have my own issues going on, so I will think about my issues and then get to worry about yours. That's why I was really insisting on that bit of putting yourself first, because especially as a firstborn, you've already been told that you need to put the needs of others before you. So that's why I was actually really putting a lot of pressure in putting yourself first. Put yourself first. In a situation, put yourself first. And that can be robbed off of you, especially if you're a firstborn. Anyways, that's just an opening remark. This topic is such a dear topic to me. It really pains my heart to imagine another human being having to live a life, them not being them fully, if you get me. You have to live a life that is pleasing to other people. Imagine. And it's so sad. It's so sad. So today I'm here to speak to you as a firstborn. I'm here to speak to you and to tell you, you have your own life to live. You have your own life to live. So I have a few points that I have jotted down on my notes, and what has been affecting me personally as a firstborn and how it has been affecting my mental health. And that is what I'm going to share with you. And I'm also going to tell you what changes I took to literally snatch my life back and to tell myself, you know what, I also have a life to live. I'm also a woman, I'm also a girl, I'm also a daughter, I also have my own needs, so cater to me first. So these are the points that I was able to jot down. First of all, the pressure to be perfect. And let me tell you, imposter syndrome with firstborns is real, because we've already, for years, since we were little, we've already been told how to put up a facade, because you have to be this way so that you can be emulated. Remember, you're the prototype, yeah? You're the prototype. People are emulating you. So whatever you're doing, you think about others. So you're not even, you're literally not living your life. You have to put others in your mind first before you do anything. You can't even have your joy because you have to be close to perfect. And then the worst thing is, yeah, you the pressure to be perfect, and then you're in a staunch Christian family or in a very strict family. Now it gets more crazy. It gets more crazy because now you're living in the standards of your parents. You're living in the standards of how your parents would would love to see you. So you're literally living in a different image. You're not yourself. And let me tell you, that can have a toll on your mental health so bad. You're not happy, because let me tell you, faking it, in as much as you fake it till you make it, there's a point that reaches you're faking it until life is not fun anymore. Life is not fun anymore because you're not who you are. You're who they want you to be. You firstborn, man, just live life. Live life. Snatch your life back. Have some joy. Have some fun. Man, let me tell you, I always tell myself, this thing of being a firstborn in a very strict household has messed me up big time. In as much as I am taking back my life, and in as much as I am healing and regaining back my freedom, sometimes even when you're having fun, it's like you're still anxious somehow. Like, if you're having fun and it's not something that resonates with your guidance or your parents or the way you're brought up, you're there feeling somehow guilty and you're somehow anxious. It's because of what you have been told over the years. You are not doing good when you're doing this. You are not doing good when you're doing this. You're not good enough when you're doing this. And being told that every time in your head, it actually clogs your thinking and your mind. And let me tell you, it is a journey to undo all that, to unlearn it, to actually be like, you know what, I'm not gonna be anxious in a moment where I feel so happy and present. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of deciding, a lot of choosing, and a lot of being firm, standing on your grounds, no matter if no one else sides with you. If you side with yourself, if that's what you've decided to do, then it takes a lot to stand your ground and be firm that you've decided, you know what, I'm gonna live my life. Anyway, so in the pressure to be perfect, you are the default parent, literally. You should be knowing where your siblings are. I mean, even my mom can get to the house and not even bother calling my siblings, but ask me first. Not even bother looking for them, but ask me first. Where is so and so? Where is so and so? I'm like, they have their own minds, their own decision to make. I do not know where they went, and I don't feel like I'm in charge that much to be knowing at exactly where they are, you know. And you're the second parent, and let me tell you, that is why us as firstborns, we mature so early. Me, I think by the time I was in my teenagehood, I was so mature. I was not even enjoying those childish things people were doing, because I've already grown up. I've already parented 2 kids, and to some extent, I feel like that's another reason as to why I always think twice about getting kids, honestly, because I've already been a parent before. I mean, if this is my time to get a break, let me get a break. Let me get a break. You know, you're expected to lead by example. That is when you literally like have to put on a facade. You have to put on a face that is not yours, because you're already supposed to lead by example. And you're leading by example according to the standards of your guardians or your parents. So if this is not the way they want you to live, yeah, they want you to live this way, you will live this way to their eyes, yeah. But whenever you get an opportunity to be yourself, you be yourself. But like 80% of the time, you have a whole mask on your face, because you cannot be yourself fully. You have to live a life of performance. Performance is survival, especially in a household where rules are more spoken about even than the love or than other things. It's about rules, it's about things that you shouldn't do, things that you should do, the things that are bad, the things that are good. I mean, it's rules left, right, center. We're not even living, we are just working on rules, leading on rules. Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Another thing, mistakes are not seen as growth for a firstborn. They are punishable. Mistakes are big mistakes when you're a firstborn. But to others, once you've done a mistake, then that's no issue. The second time, the third time, maybe the fourth time, now then that's a whole mistake. But when you're a firstborn, first time doing a mistake you are on the wrong, and that needs to be punished. You need to be locked in a cell. Crazy. You need to be locked in a cell and stay there for 2 nights until you realize that you are really on the wrong. And now what will your siblings do if when you've done that? This story makes me mad. It does. It makes me mad because what do you mean my life is dependent on like how these other people behave? What do you mean my respect and you loving me is dependent on how I am behaving or how I'm carrying myself? It's crazy. Parentified childhood is another thing. You're responsible for your siblings with whatever they do, whatever they want, their needs, you know. Even as a child, like your sibling has already taken you as a second parent, that they would not go ahead and do what they want. They would come and tell you first, you know, like before they'd figure, like, you know what, I want food, they will come and tell you, Maureen, I want food. Instead of getting the food, I mean, they already know where the food is, but because that parentified thing as a firstborn has already been bestowed upon you and they have seen it also, they already know they should run to you. With an issue, they run to you, and then now they figure it out. Then who am I running to? I also have my issues. I'm a human being. Who am I running to? No one else. And so I will die with my worries, I will die with my problems, and I will cry my balls out in the room, but no, who will I tell? No one close to my family, maybe just a friend, you know. Do not die there, you as a firstborn. Don't die there. Reclaim your life, reclaim your freedom. You have this one life to live. I'll never stop telling you that, guys. You have this one life to live. Live your life. Another thing, most often than not, we are just given responsibilities, yeah, not guided. No, it's responsibility bestowed upon you. Your parents actually leave for work, they go, you're in charge of them. You need to change them, you need to feed them, you need to make sure they are showered, and no guidance at all. It's just you and these little kids, and you have to make sure they're okay. Mind you, I'm still a kid, but no, I still have a responsibility of these other 2 kids that I need to take care of. Another one, let me tell you, when you become a parent in earlyhood or in childhood, do you know this messes with your boundaries? Because you do not know like how to say no, or you are not allowed. Yeah, you are not allowed. Let me use that. That's actually the best word to use. You are not allowed to say no. You know, it's do this, you do it, because why? You're a responsible firstborn. Yeah, remember, you're a prototype. Remember, they refer to you. Remember that. So you have to be close to perfect, and that's why I feel like I've really struggled with setting my boundaries and saying no openly, because even in my childhood I've been told to say yes, do this, yes, because you know what, you're a responsible firstborn, so you need to be washing dishes, you need to be cleaning, you need to be looking after your siblings. Not only are you doing the chores, but you're also looking after your siblings, and there's no chance of saying no. It's a yes, yes, yes affair. And okay, so the major setback of shooting outside is this: the sun goes, now I have to look for a different angle. But anyways, let me get back to what I was telling you guys. So I was talking about boundaries. I was saying the way as a firstborn, you setting boundaries is really hard, because we've been told to say yes already. So for you to say no, it has to be accompanied with so much explanation as to why you're saying no. And let me tell you, right now is when I'm realizing that I am not good with setting boundaries, and I'm working on it, because I'd rather just tell you yes so that you can be happy, because that is what I've been taught. I've been taught to make others happy before you can even put yourself first. So I feel like as a firstborn, we struggle with boundary making. Unless you come to a point where you make that decision and be like, you know what, I am going to make decisions based fully on what I want or what I feel is best for me. And so that is how you start creating boundaries slowly. But I know healing is not like an end goal. It's continuous. We heal every day. We unlearn a lot of things every day. We realize, oh, this doesn't work for us anymore. It used to work for us then, now it doesn't. So let's be easy on ourselves as firstborns, as we heal, as we learn, as we unlearn, and as we become better people, and as we put ourselves first. On to my next point. In me, as a firstborn who comes from a family with staunch religion, if there's one thing that messes up with us is the guilt culture. If you don't do this, then God doesn't love you. You see, you're not successful at this time because you're not doing this, or because you're not following this instruction that God said. You know, there's that guilt culture. Imagine you're from a family that has staunch religion. Yeah, you're a firstborn, you need to be close to perfect. You're already been told that when you do this, you won't be successful. Tell me if that won't have a toll on your mind. Imagine, if you're not this way, then you won't be blessed. Ama, this is happening to you because you're doing this. And then remember, you still have another thing to do to be perfect. So imagine putting those together. I mean, you will not know peace, you will not know rest until you just decide, you know what, this is my life. This is my life. I live my life wisely, the way I know best. Because even those people who are telling you, yes, they are your guider, but also they're giving you instruction according to things they have gone through, according to their own experiences. So in as much as they might know what they are saying, it is based on what they experience. And it's good to, I'm not saying it's bad to take advice. It's good to take advice from people who are ahead of you, but in as much as you're taking advice, do it in a controlled way, because even them, they are giving you advice according to what worked for them and according to how life turned out for them, and it doesn't have to turn out the same for you, you see. Okay, on to my next point is suppressed identity. You do not discover yourself. You inherit a version that's been told to you. Yeah, so it's an acquired identity or a suppressed one. You're either suppressed or an acquired, because you have not been given a chance to be you. You've already been told you need to be this, you need to be perfect in your education, you need to be the first in your education, so that what? Your siblings can follow suit. You need to be at home doing chores on a daily, yeah, so that your siblings can be responsible. You need to choose duties over joy, or over hanging out with friends, or over living life, so that, you know what, your siblings can be good. Imagine. So there is so much suppressed identity when it comes to firstborn, and all this just leads to imposter syndrome, because you have an acquired identity. You're not even yourself. You're who they tell you to be. You're not yourself, and it takes a toll on your mental so much. You don't even know yourself, man. You can never be mentally stable if you do not even know who you are in the first place. So it starts with knowing yourself, understanding whom you are, understanding these are my wants, these are my preferences, this is what I like, this is who I am. Then now you can now be in control of your mental, yourself, your worth. You know, it starts from self-knowing or self-awareness. Okay, so under suppressed identity, some of the things I wrote is you don't get to explore or question. It's whatever has been told to you, you say yes. Yeah, you've been told you are supposed to do law. Then after law, make sure you get a good husband, and after getting a good husband, make sure you get 3 children. 1, you name after your dad's dad. The second, remember, you need to name after your mom's mom. Oh my God, save me, save me, save me. A lot, man. Sometimes I just feel so sorry for us as firstborns, man. If you don't decide to live your life, okay, your life will be such a boring life to live. Imagine living life to please people, living life so you can be followed, living life as a prototype so you can be referred to every time you'll be like, you know, read so well so that you can be like Maureen. Yeah, and then now me, I'm here. Yes, you should be like me. But what it took for me to get where I am right now, it took a lot of tears, it took a lot of self-doubt. But anyways, we are here, and I am going to be the reason as to why another firstborn will actually decide to live their life fully, being themselves fully. Let me be the reason. Let me be the reason another firstborn will not wait till they are 28 so that they can change their life, or so that they can be better, or so that they can heal or decide to give themselves some freedom. Let me be the reason as to why you take a step now and start living life as from now, because we have one life to live. And a suppressed identity, something else I wrote is, your dreams are often edited to fit family expectation. And exactly what I was telling you, you know, you need to finish school. After you're done with school, look for a job. After you're done looking for a job, yes, get married to this man. Yes, this man, a Kikuyu man, please. Then get children. Then it's literally, it's that cocoon of theirs that they have created for you. Then you need to fit in it, that bubble. It's literally a bubble they create with words. Now you need to fit in this bubble, imagine, and not live your life anywhere, any other way whatsoever. It's according to what they say, what they tell you, or what they tell you to do, which is crazy. Crazy. So another thing I'll tell you is invisible struggles. As a firstborn, I won't go and tell my siblings I am going through shit. I won't tell them I am going through the drains right now, mentally or maybe emotionally. I won't, because I've already been taught it's their problem and then mine, right? It's not me sharing the problem with them. It's me receiving problems from them, helping them solve their problems, and still solving mine. Who's gonna help me? Nobody. So we go through struggles just in a quiet way, because we have not been told to share our problems. You know, you go through your shenanigans alone, you cry in the room alone, you die alone, because we've already been told that is how it's supposed to be. And that is another reason why I'm going to tell you, heal so that you can learn how to ask for help. Yeah, this is one of the reasons as to why, as a firstborn, we do not ask for help, because we are already the ones catering to other people's needs, not them catering to our needs. So we have already been told that it's us catering to them. So even our problems, we can't share with them. You can't share problems with anyone unless now you make a good friend, then maybe that way. But with our family, no, you've already been told that you are literally like the burden bearer. So you solve the problem, you don't have the problem. You don't go through problems, you do not go through problems. And if you're going through problems, solve them in the bedroom alone. Imagine how much that can take a toll on you, especially if you're not like fully aware that is what is happening. You know, let me tell you, we face things and we don't know how to put titles to these things. We sometimes go through things, more often than not knowing what to term these things as, especially when you're a kid. So when you're a kid, you're going through issues, yeah, but you do not know how you can express these issues in the first place, because you are a kid. You cannot even give title to these issues. So they are bombarding you. You wanna die because left, right, center, at the back of your mind, you know you just need to be taking care of your siblings, yeah. But you have your own things going on, and because you're not self-aware, and because already there's this information that has already been bombarded on you, so you cannot. It's like you don't have a mind on your own to think. It's literally an acquired It's literally an acquired thinking, an acquired decision, you know, and it can fuck you up, especially when you're little. As when you grow, at least you now are more self-aware. At least now you know this is happening, or because of the things that I went through as a firstborn, or this is happening because I was already told to suppress my emotion, to suppress my identity, who I am, and to be who they want me to be. Okay, now this is why it is happening, you know. So you give your issues meaning, and when you give an issue meaning, you know how to solve it. Get it? You realize, oh, this is the reason as to why I am going through what I am going through. Now I have known that's an issue. Now I can easily look for a solution. See, I feel like there's so much we can talk about being firstborn with mental health, but I'm gonna talk about every other thing I have to say on another video. Okay, let me come to an end with this. But here are some few things I'm gonna tell you as a firstborn. I said at the end of every mental health video, I will tell you something. These are the points I'm gonna tell you as a firstborn. So you deserve to live and not just lead. You deserve to live a life and not just lead. Another thing I will tell you, yeah, you are not the blueprint to your family. You're not the sacrifice, and you're not the standard. Okay, you are you. You are you. You are who you want to be. You don't need to be anyone's prototype. People have their own minds to think, yeah, to decide this is what I want, to decide this is who I want to be. So do not die there with false identity so that your siblings can follow you. Even them, they will actually be something different that you're not even. Like for me, I did software engineering. Why isn't my siblings doing software engineering? Because they sat down and realized that is not what I want. I have a different desire or different want. So don't let anyone bombard you with that. You need to be this way so that this one can be this way. They will make their own decisions, just like you will make your own decision. I'll tell you this. It takes a lot of being firm, standing on business, to actually decide to live your life, to choose to put yourself first, and to liberate yourself. Freedom, to choose freedom. It takes a lot, but you know what? You got it in you. You have it in you, because what other life are you waiting to live? This is the life you have. So please liberate yourself. I'll tell you this, you're allowed to make mistakes as a firstborn. Make those mistakes. That is how we learn. That is how we learn. You do not need to be, you're not supposed to be perfect. Who is perfect? No one's perfect. We all make mistakes, and let me tell you, from those mistakes is when we learn, is where we learn. And you as a firstborn, you deserve to have fun. Go have fun. Man, choose joy over that duty you have to do. Choose joy over that responsibility you have to do. You know what? This Saturday, actually, go have fun. Enjoy. You will come back to that duty on Sunday or on Monday. I mean, the world will not come to an end if you don't do that. It will not. Life will still continue. And that is what I was saying. You see, I've come to a point of realization until there's a situation where I was in. So there was something that was going on, not a good thing, and it was like me, my cousins, and my siblings. My cousins are smaller than me, so something just happened. I won't be so specific, but something just happened, and anyone else could sort it out, but they were all seated because they've already been fed in their minds. The older one is gonna do it, but they can also do it. They can also do it. It's not like something so hard to do. You know what I chose to do? Sit down with them. Yeah. If the world is gonna burn, if I don't do it, then let's burn. Let's burn. Let's burn. Because today I'm actually not standing to go do it. Let's sit. Let's all sit together. Let's see if the world will burn. If it burns down, ooh, R.I.P. for real. Because I'm not standing. You all can do it. You can even have combined effort and do that. I am not doing it. So let's sit and see what's gonna happen if you don't do it and if I don't do it. But it took me a lot of healing, realization, and liberation, freeing myself. And you know what's worse? Imagine you neglecting yourself, or you choosing doing chores over joy. Imagine it's a choice. It's a choice. It's as easy as saying no. It's as easy as saying yes. Imagine, it's a choice. You can just decide, you know what, I am actually gonna live my life. You know what, I am actually gonna enjoy my life. You know what, I will actually choose joy over that chore I have to do. Imagine, it's just a decision. It's just a decision. But because you have been told that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you feel like you have no control over it. You can't just say no or yes. Imagine, but you can. Crazy. Okay, so another thing I'll tell you, you don't owe anyone a version of you that drains your soul. Nourish your soul. And if that means disappointing someone, disappoint them, because once again you have this one life to live. Imagine, just get disappointed. I'm putting me first now. I am putting me first. Yeah, I am. Another thing, I'll tell you this. Being a firstborn has taught me how to be responsible, and in as much as I am really not for that, it has actually taught me so much, quite a lot. It has made me mature, which has disadvantages and advantages. It has made me responsible, which is okay, but just being a firstborn has taught me responsibility, but healing has taught me freedom, that you can be responsible and free at the same time. You can be free and still be a very good firstborn who can be looked up to. You can be free and still be a very responsible person. You really do not have to say yes to everything they tell you here. You can even decide that day, you know what, no, I will not do that chore. My friend just called me, she wants me to attend their birthday party, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get ready and leave. You know what, I will do that chore tomorrow. Okay? Okay, so I want you to stop putting up a facade. I know at some extent we somehow have to do that, especially if you're still living with your parents, and that's understandable, but choose freedom in a wise way. That's what I'll tell you guys. So I feel like there's so much I have not said, but I'll do that in many other videos to come. As a firstborn, I have a lot to say, but as for now, thank you for being here, thank you for subscribing, thank you for believing in me, thank you for the views, thank you for sharing. I really do appreciate all of you, and if it were not for you guys, I don't think I'd even make all these videos. But it's because I've realized, oh, I have this number of views, there's someone who's believing in me, there's someone who's getting encouraged. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, and I love you all so much, and I'm wishing everybody a liberated life. Live a liberated life, not wanting to please anyone whatsoever. A liberated life in a wise way. Yeah, don't live life trying to please people. Till when? Your imposter syndrome will not ever come to an end. So heal from that, so you can be yourself in a wise way. Be yourself with a lot of wisdom. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to the very end. It means so much. So for now, I'll call it cut. Bye.